hello. Welcome back. We got some more Starcraft coming. We have another round of Tier 3. And you know what? If you guys have been kind of keeping up with who made it like into the finals and stuff, and like if y'all in CPL have been keeping up with that, and you're looking at who we're highlighting, these are like the teams that are like doing, like we're highlighting a lot of the teams that are doing really well this season. So we have, again, some repeats from last time. We have Shift Click, FlashCoin Whales, Barcode, and I don't believe I've casted this team yet this season, or if I have, I may have done like one series of them. Mutallica. So we have a whole slew of games to get through. Our first game tonight, our first map is going to be on Dominator. I mean, sorry, not Dominator. The other Twilight map, Deja Vu. So Deja Vu is going to be our first map, and we're going to get right into it. This first one is kayin 37. Kayin versus LtShaftoe, which kayin, you remember we featured some games with kayin last night. So this is going to be, I believe, a ZVP. If if I'm wrong, I'll correct myself shortly. So anyway, without further ado, I certainly don't like to waste time, too much time getting into these games. So without further ado, let's hop right into the action, okay? Deja Vu, by the way, oh well, there it is. So Deja Vu is a 4-player Twilight map. This is going to be a ZVP, I believe. Yep. Okay. In the bottom right are Red Zerg. Playing for, I believe, FlashCoin Whales. It is kayin 37. Oops, sorry. My mouse is very sensitive, by the way. So if you see little jitters like that, it's because my mouse is very sensitive and it's wired, and I kick wires and stuff because I have long legs. So I will try to keep it to a minimum, but yeah, stuff happens. Stuff happens when you're confined. Okay. In the bottom left are Blue Protoss. Playing for Mutallica, it is LtShaftoe. Deja Vu is, again, it's another kind of interesting map. We have 2 maps in the Twilight tile set this season, and Deja Vu, of the 2 of them, is the 4-player map. So that's kind of how you can tell them apart. You have your normal 4-player spawn locations with this one. And if I recall, this has, and I'm sure we'll see in a moment here, but if I recall, this map has a lot more open space in the middle, which differentiates it from Dominator, which has a lot of like small little high ground hills. It's kind of like shaped like a pizza pie. It has a lot of small high ground hills like Vermeer, but on steroids. So LtShaftoe is going to be scouting with the first scout. Looks like we have just a pylon and a gateway, and we are going into a 2-gate, a 10-12 2-gate. So LtShaftoe looking to put on the pressure early with some zealots. And it looks like the Zerg is starting with an overpool opener. Just looking at the game state and the time and stuff. Trying to micro that drone away. The first couple lings are out. So this is kind of a bit more of a wow. Oh, that's a lot of lings. That is 8 lings, my friend, coming straight at you. We'll see how this goes. Oh, never mind. They're not coming straight at you. So it looks like kayin is kind of trying to work on getting the probe out of the base and getting the lings in, you know, manageable control. The zealot does march on past the lings and goes straight for the mineral line. Oh, oh, oh! Is he? Oh my gosh, he's stuck. Oh, bummer. No damage on that. I definitely want to wall this here. Now, once these lings do come over here and they meet this wall, you can get several lings on here. So, probably not the best surface area for... Let's see. Art of Turtle, thank you for the follow. Probably not the best surface area for the zealots, but you know what? You could probably get some hits in maybe here. I don't know. Probably not the best positioning. Maybe a little bit further down the ramp with this many zealots, but also kind of want to keep it sealed so I can see the decision making there. These lings do get bugged out, but they are going to be redirected and come back up here. So it doesn't look like kayin is trying to engage. He's just trying to kind of see what's going on. Meanwhile, we do have a third hatchery dropping down at the natural third, and we are going into lair. So I would probably guess this is going to be a spire play when you see this many zealots. I would guess you're probably I'll just go into Spire and throw some mutas and see what happens, right? The downside to going very zealot heavy early is you don't have anything that shoots up. So that is definitely a risk. But we do have a cannon coming down and we're going into core. And we have some cannons as well protecting the choke. So, you know, very kind of setting up good defenses here. And I'm expecting a Spire to drop any minute now. I really am. There it is. There goes the Spire. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So yes, this is going to be, you know, kind of, oh, I see you making lots of zealots early. I'm just going to make some mutas because you can't shoot up. Which is, you know, not a bad response to what you see. Renak, thank you for the follow, my friend. I will, I can't see chat right now, but I will, get my chat visible in a second here after this game. So we are going straight into goons. We have our ramp kind of sealed up, and now we're kind of transitioning into dragoon play. Meanwhile, getting our Stargate kind of late, but this is going to be pretty good defense versus mutas, I would say. The goons can shoot up, and they can do, once you get a few of them out, they can be a good response. As well, the cannon placement is going to be good defense as well. So it looks like LtShaftoe is going to be pretty safe. But he is getting Corsair nonetheless. Got to get that scouting info out. And upgrading goon range as well. If you're going to get goons and rely on them, you definitely want range. And we have 9 Mutalisks pending for the Zerg. Interesting to put a forward gateway right there. So all in all, I like Shaftoe's position. I think he's definitely going to be able to defend this Muta harassment coming up. Maybe could use a few more goons, but I think he's going to do okay just by the look of it. Mutas are inbound. I'm guessing they're going to try and come up from the natural here at the north end and see if they can't get any damage in. The problem with that strategy, well, it's not a problem, but I think the Zerg is going to be surprised to find nothing there. No Nexus. No. Okay, they have some mutas there already looking. Again, mutas are a very micro-intensive unit, so if that isn't a strength of yours, you know, Mutalisk play can kind of backfire against you. So that is something to think about when you do plays like this, especially at this tier. At this tier, control isn't, you know, when you're trying to juggle macro and builds, control isn't always the best. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we have plenty of goons. This is plenty of goons plus the cannons to defend the mutas. Zerg, meanwhile, is okay. I thought that was a base. Looks like Zerg is looking to maybe take a 4th base eventually. We do have Hydras, so we are transitioning into a 3-base Hydra build. I'm not sure if we have 5. Okay, it looks like we're going to 5 hatches. And I didn't show it on the screen, but there were some mutas here that tried to poke on the eastern wing of the base, the eastern flank, and found some cannons there as well and kind of bugged out. So we have some Corsairs coming in here. Now, granted, as far as I've seen in this cast, ShaftoE is not really scouted with these. So this is the first time he's going to actually get some scouting intel. And also try and supply block his opponent, which is always a beautiful thing. 4th base is going down for Zerg. So we do have a move out with these Zealots, but I don't think that they're going to get... I mean, they're going to kill a bunch of Zerglings, but with the Mutalisks here to support, I really don't think that they're going to... I mean, obviously, they're not very effective, unfortunately. So, but it was a poke out. He did kind of see what was coming. And he does have... I think he has plenty of goons and cannons to defend any kind of aggression that might come up his ramp. The problem right now that ShaftoE has got to be thinking about is I need to expand. I need to get my natural base up if I want to be in this game in the long run. Because right now Zerg is on 4 bases, so... and ShaftoE needed to expand probably when Zerg was still on 3. So ShaftoE is getting further and further behind in economy. But as you can see, I don't think he feels very comfortable moving out. So Zerg has kind of had a really good contain on him at this ramp. And so, you know, it just kind of is what it is. But the longer it takes him to get a base going, the shorter lived this game is going to be. Well, I like to move to supply block. Like, at least we're being annoying, and we're out on the map being annoying. But Zerg has now... Yeah, 6 hatcheries. This is going to be kind of the final engagement here. These Corsairs are going to go down. But this, I don't... Oh, never mind, I'm wrong. This is... A few more goons are dropping that I'm thinking should drop, so... What are the upgrades on this? Oh, well, that explains a lot. They're 1-1 Hydras. So that's why they're killing 0-0 goons so easy. So, very good job for kayin keeping up with the upgrades in this match. I totally wasn't paying attention to that during the cast, but this is an excellent edge to have in an engagement. GG. Zerg takes game 1. I liked LtShaftoe's approach to the early game, but I really feel like just taking, you know, 10 minutes into the game and no natural. That's that's not a recipe for staying in the game for too long. But he had to have, like, I mean, you know, like when you play this matchup often enough, you just start knowing when you're in trouble. You just start getting a sense for it. So I'm sure he probably, I mean, he's been playing this game long enough. I'm sure he had some idea that that he was in hot water. I'm trying to see how I can see my chat, but I can't see my chat. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. So we'll just go right into this. Okay. Alright, so game 2, we're on to Vermeer. Which is kind of a modern classic at this point. In the top right, our blue Protoss, we have LtShaftoe playing for Mutallica, and in the bottom right, our red Zerg, kayin37 playing for FlashCoin Wales. So this map is kind of an interesting map. I mean, if you haven't played it before, some of you probably have played this map plenty between ladder seasons and CPL and stuff. If you're from CPL and watching, like I said, it's kind of a modern classic at this point. But one of the neat characteristics about this map that I've always liked is this idea of, like, you kind of have like this expanding territory. You have like kind of basically 4 bases in your territory that you have to manage, and they're all very like kind of closely linked together. So if you have a mobile army, it's very easy to, I feel like anyway, if you have a mobile army, it's very easy to manage where to go and where to position your army and stuff. Vermeer also was a map, I think it was the first map that featured these kind of strips of high ground. You'll see here these kind of little high ground strips that you could put like tanks on and lurkers, or you can stage your army there when you're getting ready to attack. So it's another pretty cool feature of this map. ShaftoE is going for a gate expand instead of a 2-gate, which I don't dislike this. I like this much better because the fact that we can secure a natural base. So I like this. And even with the last game when we built 2-gate, I really feel like if we were going to build a 2-gate plus cannons and stuff, I really feel like the forward 2-gate at the choke probably would have worked out better in the long run last game. So I like the fact that we're building our gates and our stuff more forward here to try and secure this base. It's going to be critical again to be on at least 2 base when Zerg is on 3 base. Sorry, I just saw the chat. Yeah, my stream's still a little glitchy this weekend. Trying to get my computer back to normal. So I apologize about certain features being a little wonky. But hopefully we'll be able to work on that. So it looks like now we're going into... Oh, he sees the den! Oh, that was such a good scout. Dude, that is a hero probe right there. He totally saw the den. He's going to know this is lurker coming. This is going to be like some sort of a 6-minute lurker play. That was good. Oh, good scout. Yeah, so gonna go ahead and pop that Nexus down. Keep building zealots. Probably throw down some more gateways here to, get more ground numbers out. So we're gonna have 2 zealots come in here and poke. There aren't. Okay, so there's gonna be a couple lings here, and there's some hydras as well. So, they're probably not gonna get much done, but they are gonna see the lings and the hydras already. Which is, again, this is going to be some critical information. Like, we see the den this early. We see hydras. We see the lair and the den. Like, we see everything. We know what's coming. So another really good scout. He sees the hydras already out. He's probably going to want to... I don't know how to respond to this. He definitely wants cannons, for sure. But he's probably going to want goons and, range, and he's probably going to want observers. Because, yeah, range goons and lurkers don't mix. Well, range goons, observers, and lurkers don't mix. So, we'll see what ShaftoE... So yeah, he's gonna need, if he wants to bust this, he's gonna need hydras. But the Zerg definitely has the Protoss contained here. So I'm curious to see what Zerg's play is going to be. I would go for a Hydra bust. If it were me, I would go for a Hydra bust. But I'm not sure what Kayin's plan would be. Maybe a Ling bust. He might like the Evo chamber, like, I don't know. Nah, he wouldn't do a Ling bust. Why would he do a Ling bust if he has Hydras? I don't know. We'll see what the play is. But he does have a nice soft contain for now. LtShaftoe does not have any way to break out of this. So his next kind of benchmark is that he has about a 8 to 10 minute timer where he's going to want to get a third started. So that's kind of like his next benchmark. But he is upgrading Goon range, and he is going Citadel. So okay, there's the Robo. So he is going to go range Goons with Observers to try and break out of this contain. Oh, there's a... Okay, so it looks like Zerg is going into a 5-hatch Hydra play. So this is going to be massive amounts of Hydras. He's not going to have a lot right now, but once these 2 hatcheries get the larva that they need, this is going to be some serious Hydras coming in, probably, you know, I would say maybe the next minute and a half. So I don't know if LtShaftoe quite has right now the gateway infrastructure to deal with a 5-hatch Hydra play, and plus all the zealots that he's building. We'll see how this works. But Zerg is morphing more lurkers, just beefing up the contain even more. And is just rallying Hydras. So this is going to be quite the bust coming up here. You know, once he mixes in the Lings, I really I don't think that I don't know. Ooh, yeah, don't want the Ops to die. So we do have some Templar, and Storm is on the way, but I don't know. I think the Storm is going to be a little too late here. I think all we need is like one more big macro cycle of Hydras, and we could probably just run in and bust. So I don't know if the Storm is going to be on time for this one. Mutaller, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, this is just, yeah, once these Hydras get up here, this is just going to be an A move right in. So this Templar doesn't even have enough energy to throw down a Storm yet. So totally snipeable. And, well, I mean, he's going to be able to throw down one, so. Oh, we're going to do a Lurker Doom Drop. Oh, that's going to be fun. What would be really cool is to knock on the front door with this and then Lurker Doom Drop in the main at the same time. Do a 2-pronged attack. That would be pretty cool. Oh my gosh. This is just gonna, he's just gonna drop right in. That's wild. I was I was not expecting that. Oh, yeah, get the storms out. Oh, storm them. Oh my gosh. We have no more energy. Oh my gosh. And we have another attack trying to come up in the front. But these guys do have storm. And nice storm on those clumps of hydras. That's exactly what you want to see. So he had the right idea. But yeah, nice storms off with these. There were like 3 of those things that just totally got that Overlord there. That was crazy. Yeah, so man, he might actually be able to break out of this. Does he have enough energy? He has a couple storms left. He has a few. He has enough energy. He could totally break out. He is going to break out of here. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. Always an awesome feeling. And it's plenty of time. He could totally, he still has plenty of time to start a 3rd Nexus. Oh. Oh yeah, pull back. More lings are coming in. This is, I mean, you know, Zerg can do this at any minute, just like throw all their larvae at lings. And he's out of storms, so if all of these move in, this could be enough to just totally overwhelm these Dragoons. Yeah, that's a, oh, he has one more, he has some more left. Sorry. Are they gonna break this? No, they're not. There's too many cannons. But that's a lot more lings that are coming. And the Zerg has succeeded in keeping the Protoss onto base at 15 minutes into the game. So this is kind of like in the next like minute or so is kind of when, maybe 2 minutes, is when the Protoss is going to start mining out. And as you can see, these mineral patches, they are getting kind of low. And even these ones are starting to lose some of their shine. So we'll see. The clock is now ticking. The Protoss needs to expand and hold a 3rd and keep their economy going. Although Shaftoe does have a bank, so yeah, there's a lot of multitasking involved in the Protoss end for this. A lot of, you know, trying to be everywhere at once. A nice storm on the lings. There's still plenty more. Yeah, so we are going to have a bunch of Hydras coming up. And Zerg is expanding to a 4th base. You know, at this point of the game, I wouldn't mind seeing the Zerg take a 5th either. They've had such a stranglehold on the Protoss. The Protoss has not been able to successfully break out and gain control of the map. So they've had such a stranglehold on the Protoss this whole game. I would love to see them, you know, press the issue and expand more. But we have this. Oh my goodness. So much blood. So much blood. So, yeah, okay, so now finally for the first time this game, ShaftoE actually has some map presence, which is always nice. I've played so many games, I know how good that feels. Zerg has one more round of Lings about to burst. They could totally finish off this force here. This is close. So this does get finished off, but ShaftoE has macro going on back at home. So, you know, we are on 5 gates. Kind of low. Do want to be on 7 or 8 gates, I would say. But still trying to be a nuisance. Looks like he is going to supply block the Zerg. And just going to send in Zealot after Zealot after Zealot. And with no Overlords present, these DTs are actually going to do some work here. Oh, there is one. I see him. He's right there. Those DTs aren't going to get anything done. And I don't feel like there's enough Speed Zealot to contest the Hydras. So once again, I feel like the Zerg macro engine is just gonna prevail here. It can feel so hard trying to beat a Zerg in a macro game. We have another wave of Zealots. Really just trying to get something done. I don't think these are going to be very successful. Yeah, nope. Zerg, meanwhile, once Zerg's overlords get replenished, they're going to be able to just do another macro cycle of Hydras and just totally run up in here. ShaftoE is mined out in the main and very close to being mined out in the natural. So again, this is that timer I was kind of telling you about where, you know, if you're Protoss, you definitely want to get that third going. He does start it. If he can hold this third base, there's a lot of Lings coming, a lot of Hydras coming in to contest it, but if he can keep this third base up, he can stay in the game. Nope. There they are. They do break the pylons, and that's just way too much Zerg. That is just way too much Zerg. The Zerg macro engine is so strong. GG. Well done. Nice play there. I really liked the choice to kind of start off with a 2-hatch lurker and contain, and then go into like a 5-hatch Hydra play. I really liked that that decision-making thought process there. So, excellent series from kayin. Also excellent series from LtShaftoe. You know, this is not an easy match for Protoss. So, very well done, both players. But love the strategy from the Zerg. All right, moving on into the next series. We have what is this? Who are we gonna do? Ooh, I like that one. Okay, we have 2 series that I'm really gonna be happy going over. So, our next series is gonna be Jarl versus CrimsonJoe, a ZVZ. And we're gonna go right back to Deja Vu. It's weird. It's like we've been here before. All right. So yeah. So Deja Vu, as you can see, is kind of it's a 4-player map, and it really has this big open area here in the middle, which very much differentiates it from Dominator. It basically has like, I mean, it's kind of like Fighting Spirit, where it has your typical kind of 3 base. You know, that you can like move around with a mobile army, but it has this really open high ground area in the middle here. So, very a different feel from Dominator for sure. All right. In the top left on Deja Vu, our blue Zerg, it is Jarl. And in the top left, sorry, this is the top left. I don't know if I said that. In the bottom right are red Zerg, CrimsonJoe playing for Mutallica. Ooh, and I like the choice to cross-spawn Scout with the first Overlord. Oh, I wonder if that's where I can go to try that next break I get. So it looks like we're going into a 9 pool for the blue Zerg and a 9 pool for the red Zerg. 9 pools all around. And same exact opener. So if I have to, it looks like Jarl is going to get the first scout with this cross-spawn Scout Overlord, assuming, yeah, so this Overlord's going this way. So that's pretty wild. And I'm guessing that's one of the benefits to doing this is that every once in a while you get a first scout if it's a cross spawn. And the first set of lings are out for everybody. You know, in this matchup, even if you don't scout your opponent first right away, it's still okay because there's plenty of lings to go around. Plenty of lings for everybody. So it looks like so CrimsonJoe's going to have a slightly faster Spire by the look of it, and Jarl is going to have slightly faster ling speed. So, and by slightly, I mean like, you know, there's probably going to be like a 30-second difference between both of these, if that. So, I'm expecting to see the Spire start right now. So both went for the exact same opener, but took slightly different deviations with what to do with their gas and how they're prioritizing their gas. But look, you can see, right? It's not much different. It's like, you know, maybe a 30 seconds difference. So it just means that CrimsonJoe is going to have slightly faster mutas, and Jarl's going to have more speed links, apparently. Both can be useful, you know. If the mutas are in a stalemate, the extra speed links could really just totally decide the game. So, by comparison, too much investment into speed links, you won't have enough mutas. You know, so it's very interesting and sound tech choices for both players. So, if Jarl can actually break this ramp with all these lings, there's, you know, mutas aren't done yet. Oh, they're just about to finish. So, if he can actually break this ramp, might stand a chance. There's only one muta out. I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, no, I don't think this is going to go very well for the Blue Zerg here. Scourges see everything that's going on, and no mutas out, and 2 lings. And Jarl right now isn't building. Okay, so he's building Scourge. He's building stuff to fight mutas, but we'll see. I don't see this going very well for the Blue Zerg. We have 2 rounds of lings coming straight down, trying to kind of, you know, do some sort of a Hail Mary play, but There are plenty of links here waiting at the ramp to defend. Drones, okay, so he did pull drones. So there we go. There's drones not mining. And the mutas are coming back in for another attack. I don't know, man, between the drones not mining and the fact that there are just too many lings at the wall and red has mutas and blue doesn't. I think this is GG. Yep, GG. Game 1 goes to CrimsonJoe. Excellent. All right. Very nice game 1. All right, let's see if I can go and fix this chat thing again. Okay. I don't know, man. There we go. Ha! Okay, I have chat now. Okay. Okay. So, yay, I can see what you all are writing. Okay. All right, now we can move on. We can move on and okay, so up next, by the way, Meek Terran, Art Turtle, CrimsonJoe, thank you all for showing up in the chat. Meek Terran, we do have a TVP coming up after this. For sure. Okay. But first, we have to go back to Vermeer. All right. Game 2. All right. In the top left on Vermeer, it is our Blue Zerg playing for, I believe, FlashCoin Wales. It is Jarl. And in the bottom right, our Red Zerg, CrimsonJoe, playing for Mutallica. Okay. So, it looks like we're going to do a 9 pool again on both sides. Why not? You know. Really what that last game seemed to come down to me was just what we chose to prioritize our gas on. Oh, never mind. We have a hatch first coming down for CrimsonJoe. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not a hatch first. It's a 12 pool. Okay. So, I was wrong. This is a 9 pool versus a 12 pool opening. And once again, we have the cross-spawn scout. Isn't it crazy? 2 games in a row, cross-spawn on 4-player maps. The cross-spawn scout with the Overlord works 2 games in a row. Isn't that crazy? So again, we kind of got our initial batch of lings guarding the ramp. All very normal ZVZ stuff. We have our layer starting and our ling speed starting. And we're going to have our spire coming up momentarily here. Meanwhile, we have 2 hatches coming down at the natural off of a 12 pool. So definitely going for that stronger economy in order to get the bigger dividends in macro. Is a little bit slight risk here, but with the ramp here, this is a little bit more easily defensible. But you know, throw a sunken colony in here somewhere, and I think this is plenty doable. I like the link positioning right here. So Spire is going down for Jarl. Looks like we do have a sunken colony coming in here for CrimsonJoe. And I would suspect our next big gas spend is going to be Spire for the Red Zerg. So Jarl is going to have the advantage of having the faster Spire. With the Evo chamber, though, we are going to be able to build. Spore colonies to defend mutas, which is exactly what CrimsonJoe is planning on doing. So we do have the spore colonies coming up, 2 of them at each mining location. So this is looking like a very strong defensible position. I love the SimCity in here and the sunken. It's not going to be easy to break. So, mutas are not going to get much done here. And in fact, one of them does just get totally annihilated by just flying too close to the spore. So, there is absolutely nothing that Jarl can do this game. Meanwhile, CrimsonJoe certainly has the superior economy. Not only do they have 2 mining bases, but now they have 2 extractors as well. So it looks like CrimsonJoe is maybe Maybe gonna go into lurkers, I would say. It's probably why you would want all that gas. There are mutas out. There's not much. There's like, these are like 5 mutas here, so there isn't many mutas out, but they're out. And eventually they're going to try, and I would say they're probably going to try and get a certain number to where you can just like target fire down these spore colonies. But these are massive damage. I think these are like the best static defense in the game. So it's not going to be easy. But we do have 7 mutas to try and do the job here. Jarl coming in across the map will probably be there in a few seconds. Now there are hydras out, and it doesn't look like he's going to go for lurkers, CrimsonJoe. It looks like he's just going to go for a 3-hatch hydra. Off 2 base. Yeah. Spores are just so crazy. Look at all that damage. So he does have to pull drones, but not one of these spore colonies. Look at this. This had like 30 points of damage amid all of that. Now he did get some damage on the den, but not nearly enough. So we're gonna see what happens when we send a bunch of lings across. But this is this is not gonna be this is not gonna be easy to get into. This is not a breakable position. Certainly not with this many lings. Yeah, not really finding any damage. You know, meanwhile, CrimsonJoe is just chilling, macroing here on 2 mining bases. No drones have been killed in all of this. They've been pulled, but no drones have been killed. We're still at 24 drones. Which, this is a pretty substantial lead. You know, 8 drones, 9 drones now. So, Jarl is trying to go out to more mining bases and more hatcheries. I would guess by the look of it, he's trying to do his own 5-hatch Hydra transition here. But I think that the economic lead that CrimsonJoe's had this whole game, I just don't know if he's going to be able to catch up. There we go. I'm just waiting for this trigger to be pulled. So we are now sending all of the Hydras across the map. And still keeping the Lings at home. There's still a few things here to help defend and stuff. But this is no small army. And again, once again, they're all +1/+1. So these are just going to be able to walk right in past these lings. And these are also 0/0 mutas too. So excellent transition here. GG. Love the Hydra play. Excellent 2-0 there. Okay. Up next, guys, we got wonder why my thing's all blurry. Oh, whatever. I'll take it. This is way smoother than last night. I'll take it. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go into the final series of this bracket. JackieNuts versus Thundersteel. A TVP. Back to Deja Vu. Here we go. Oh, 1 second. Alright. Yes, you can. Let me activate my mic and the voice. Alright. Hello? Alright, so I am going to have a co-caster with me. We're trying to get it worked out. Let's see. Let me check my voice and video. Oh, okay. Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. Alright. Nick Taryn, how are you?
Good, good. You?
I'm good.
Nice.
Alright, so let me get the...
So is it still a FlashCoin whale, or we switched to another team?
Yes, so it's still FlashCoin whales.
Nice.
I'm gonna turn the frame rate on to 30 just to save my resources. Okay.
Okay, I'll watch from Twitch then.
It should be okay. It's just, you know, not perfect. Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Alright.
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. You're ready. I'm ready. Let's get this rolling. Alright. So I have a guest co-caster, McTaryn, with me today.
Hello, hello.
In the top left, our blue Terran, JackieNuts, playing for, I believe, FlashCoin Whales.
Whale.
And in the bottom left, our red Protoss Thundersteel playing for Mutallica.
So is it your team, Mutallica?
Correct. Yes, it's Mutallica.
Nice, nice. I'm in the FlashCoin whale.
Yeah, I think FlashCoin Whale and Barcode are like two of the most stacked teams this season.
Yeah, and also Shift Click, the one in final at the moment with Barcode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shift Click's another good one.
Yeah.
So, apart from the really quick scout, everything is looking pretty normal.
Yep.
But, you know, definitely want to spot those proxy 99 gates.
But I think the Protoss took his gas, so seems gonna build a core.
Yeah, it's all looking pretty normal. I think that this gas timing looks pretty normal to me for both sides.
Yeah.
Protoss is going to get the first scout. Although this was also a very early scout from Protoss too. This should not be here right when the core is still spinning. Oh no, maybe it should. I don't know.
Yeah, because he got the first scout, right? He was able to get there very fast.
Yeah, I can't tell if he scouted at 13 or if he scouted at like 11 or 12 or something.
And Terran got the last scout. He's a bit unlucky, but good for him. There's no zealot coming or early attack pressure.
Does get there when the first goon pops. That's unfortunate. But Protoss is spending a bit of time going after this SCV.
Yeah.
That is a slight misoptimization. Terran meanwhile going Vulture first.
Yeah, he's still mining gas with the 3 SCV. Maybe it's just you want to keep mining gas, or it's 2-fact.
Oh yeah, it's 2-fact.
2-fact build. I like it.
This is 3 Marines and a Vulture.
Yeah, that's definitely enough to fight the first Dragoon without range.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this could probably take that fight, these two, but you're just throwing your shields away for nothing, you know.
Yeah.
3
Oh,
factory. Wow.
Okay, it's like very all in.
So, looks like Thundersteel is going for just your good old 23 Nexus. Looks like he's just going to be building that second gateway. So not going for a 3-gate. This is a pretty nice economical approach, particularly if you want to go for arbiters and stuff.
Yeah.
Just save the extra gateway. Oh wow, 3 vultures out already, and the first tank is coming. Is he? I wonder. Is he going to move out with the first tank and then rally 3 factories worth of vultures out? I almost feel like that's the plan.
Yeah, I guess that's the plan.
So nice target firing on the vulture. You know,
you should wait for a siege tank before moving like this, though.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like when you do some kind of a 2-fact push, like the tank is really like the meat and potatoes of the push.
Yeah.
But vultures, once you get like 3 goons or more, like you can start target firing down vultures. They start to become less of a nuisance. So, just something to think about. But the tank is out. Oh. Oh, and it's going to go down because they're targeting it. Oh, man.
I think he also don't upgrade Spider Mine, right? You don't have mine? I think he went for speed and then siege.
Yeah.
So you don't have any Spider Mine for repeal the Dragoon.
Yeah, if you're, by the way, like if you are, if you do have to worry about goons and stuff, offensive mines with vultures will make goons run so hard. Like literally just walk up into their face and drop some spider mines. They will run.
Yeah.
So this is I feel like the plan is kind of backfiring just because of managing everything. But
Yeah.
I do like that we have a siege tank on the high ground. We do need to take this expansion sooner than later. We're already at 8 minutes in the game.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's a potential for a push anymore, so better just defend and expand. But I like the Protoss position a lot. Like you have a double the worker and 2 base.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going up to 5 gates on 2 base, which it is slightly less optimal than 4, but you can totally go up to 5 gates on. Well, actually, I take that back. No, this is 2 base, so yeah, he can go up to 5 gates. He can go up to a maximum of 8 optimally. The observer's out to spot the spider mines, so they're less of a threat. But I do like the siege tank position here.
Yeah. With the barracks floating on top. Yeah, that's good.
So we are getting an academy that's just finishing up now for Terran. And Protoss is trying to take a third. This is also a very late third, by the way. Like 9.5 minute third is pretty late. So, but Protoss is spending a lot of time just building a ton of ground units and rallying and trying to keep the Terran contained here. But I feel like once you start to get siege tanks like this, and once you start to get a good position, you can just... Can't you just like leapfrog the tanks forward and just push back the goons?
It depends because there is no vulture support. So actually, I think the dragoons at the moment they could snipe the siege tank if they really want to, like just go. Because now all the siege tank are like in front, and I don't know if there are any zealot coming or only dragoon.
There's only dragoons right now. He isn't building zealots, but he's in a position to. He should be upgrading speed if he hasn't yet. You kind of don't want to send... Okay, he's building zealots now. He might still zealot bomb. Okay, he's just starting leg speed, so he's going to eventually go for speed zealots. Yeah, so this tank up here on the high ground kind of makes this position not very... Like, you can go in and probably snipe all these tanks with these goons, but between the spider mines and this guy up on the high ground, you're still gonna get a lot of splash damage.
Yeah.
So this isn't something you can confidently push into. But I like that he's slowly pushing the tanks, like he's using mines and then pushing tanks forward behind the mines. And the further he pushes, the less comfortable he makes this. Oh yeah. That's a good catch too. So we're focusing so much on positioning here. It is
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
54 workers versus 24 workers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I feel like the Protoss will just max a good army there and go. And it's probably gonna work.
Yeah, this is the point where... So we have 3 bases, 56 workers, and 8 gateways. This is the point where you can just literally press all the buttons and make all the units. And just A move. Like we're really just getting to the point to where Protoss can just A move right in. Look at that, 64 supply to 125.
Yeah. That's double the supply. And now the tank in front like that are very exposed, so I feel like with the Zealot leading and the Dragoon behind, the Protoss army can just crush those siege tank.
Yeah, he is gonna go he's trying to go arbiter, but he can literally just like A move right in. But I agree with you though, like this is very exposed without vultures.
Yeah.
Oh, and a DT in, because why not?
Yeah, it's happening. Let's go.
The DT goes right up against the tank, the spider mine kills the tank, and the DT lives. Oh, such is Terran, right? Oh my gosh. I have heard so many Terran horror stories.
Oh yeah. It's unfair sometimes.
GG.
GG.
Alright. Game 1. Okay. Alright. Oh, whoops. Nope, I already did that. There we go. Vermeer. Okay. So we're on to game 2. Are you a fan of this map at all?
Oh yeah, it's a very good map for Terran TVP.
Yeah, I don't dislike it. It's I was definitely fond of it when it first came out. All right. In the top right are blue Terran, JackieNuts, and in the bottom right are red Protoss, Thundersteel. So I feel like that last game, like, I think Terran had good ideas of what they wanted to do, but You know, Terran is definitely like one of those races where, or it is the. I don't know. I think it's the hardest race to control your units and
Yeah,
maneuver your units.
yeah. I think when he tried to move with the vulture before the first siege tank popped out, I think that was a bit of a mistake because he was trying all in, like push with 3 factory, 1 base. But he lost like all his unit before his first siege tank popped out, so that was not unfortunate for him. And it's very hard to come back in a good position when like you try all in and it's not working.
Mick, you're quiet. Do you have your mic up all the way?
Let me see. Yeah, my mic is 100% at the moment.
Oh, okay. Um. All right, then I'm gonna see about maybe turning. Actually, you sounded a little bit better there.
Okay.
So looking pretty pretty normal on both sides. I think the Terran should be probably building their factory shortly after pretty shortly here.
Yeah.
Lot of gas for only 14 supply. So I feel like we also need a supply depot as well. Oh, I like the I like the gas steal at the natural. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure we're going to see another 23 Nexus or 24 Nexus. Maybe not. Or should be building a pylon. We're supply blocked right now. So we've got a CC coming down at 4 minutes. And
Oh, that's nice.
And a Dragoon on the field and some Marines, but no Vulture. So this Dragoon is just kind of chilling here and not really going in and harassing. But maybe we're waiting for the second Dragoon. I'm not sure. But
I like to see the Terran expanding on this game. I feel like, you know, it's more forgivable when you just like Turtle get your bigger army and only defend. Because I feel like Terran is the best race for defending, like with siege tank.
yeah.
Like I think at lower level it's better to just like defend early game and get a huge army and only then try to move out. Trying like an early push with 3 factory on 1 base, it's very hard to execute.
So I don't think this is working out. Like these two goons are just going here and like I said, I mean, you know, goons could just totally wreck Marines. And they can totally wreck this vulture too. So they just like, these two literally just walked up here and killed everything.
Yeah, you should pull a couple SCV. SCV are decent against Dragoon.
They are, and they're very good at like throwing them off, like body blocking.
Yeah.
I think the bunker could have been started a little earlier as well. So we have another Dragoon coming up. And probably just rallying them at this point. Yeah, it looks like he's just rallying them up. So there's now...
Okay, but the siege tank is there now. Maybe if the tank can kill those two Dragoon.
Got close!
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a short game.
Yeah, don't...
In this kind of situation, you really need to defend with SCV. Otherwise, it's just like snowball, like the Dragoons count getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
They can pretty much like snipe every unit that pop out of the barracks and factory at this point.
Yeah, at this point, he's just rallying them over.
Yeah.
And he's going up to like 4 gateways. So he's just gonna be able to rally a ton over.
Look, the SCV, they will kill the Dragoon. Boom.
Right? SCVs are awesome. They're like little armored dudes.
Yeah. You know, I'm used to play Terran, and when I are facing with Zerg or Protoss, and I try to pull my worker for defense or something, I it feels very bad. Like they die so quick, man. Like the probe and the drone compared to SCV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, he's supply block. That's... Sure, yeah. I don't need more pylons.
It's over, unfortunately. It's never going to be recoverable.
Yeah, and it's a hard... This is a hard... this could be a hard position to just like, oh my god, I have to GG. You know? But, oh.
Oh,
but
nice,
look at that.
Nice good micro. Boom.
Yep. So that was a nice series.
Yeah. Yeah, Thundersteel played well, man. I feel like his build was good.
Mm-hmm. Do you I don't know. Do you think that series, if the Terran had just had like their bunker up sooner, like, do you think that could have gone maybe differently?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard, man. The early game with like your first unit and the Dragoons or Zealot coming to your base, it's always very hard to defend. But when you start like, if you can just defend it with bunker and start having like 2 siege tank and like couple vulture, it's when it start to be more like release, and like you can go to the longer game. But the early game, it's always hard.